And we're on.
It's the Sini-Gang with l-boogy
and Sterno Supernova.
What's going on there, Sterno?
Not so much, Boogie. How you doing?
Doing all right. Doing all right. What do we got on the agenda today?
Hey, have you ever been to a chiropractor?
I've been to a physical therapist, which is the same thing, but the physical therapist, according to my doctors, is covered by insurance, whereas the chiropractor was not.
But you don't think chiropractic is like bunk or some sort of non-real medicine or something? I'm just asking because I have relatives.
In a way, I do.
You do? Okay.
In fact, I have relatives who call themselves chiropractors.
And you know they're not really that...
I know they're not that smart.
I didn't want to put it that way because I don't know your relatives, but I'm just asking because I've been, I caught some videos on YouTube of people doing chiropractic, a different type of it, where it's look more scientific than what I understood chiropractic to be, because I have some relatives that are having pain. I'm just trying to find whatever can help them out because they've tried everything so far short of surgery, and I wanted to see if, what other people have had as far as experiences. Did the physical therapist help you out at all?
Yeah.
Do you think it was worth?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, my physical therapist was the real doctor. I mean, it's see, that's the thing. It's a real doctor who was working with me, and I know a lot of physical therapists who are pretty much doctors, if they aren't doctors.
Yeah.
Whereas chiropractors, we have a friend who considers himself a chiropractor.
We do?
I mean, he's in the medical field, but he was doing this before.
Are you talking about the one moved away a while ago?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And even he knows chiropractic work can be anybody.
Well, the one I was,
which is why he did it.
Well, see, I saw two different kinds of chiropractic. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly on YouTube. One was where it seemed like there was like the same thing every time, no matter what the person had. They twist the neck, pull the guy's spine, do the same move every time. And there's another one, and it was, I guess, called the Gonstead method, where they actually did they went through the X-rays, went through this whole examination, had this meter to check for. See, I don't know if that's if it's just making it look more scientific or medical than it actually is, or if it's actually better than the chiropractic whatever that I understood, which is like once you go to one, they want you to go every time, and you're always constantly getting adjustments, and it's like almost like a masseuse in a way. That's the way I understood it. But when I saw
it is,
yeah. See, that's what I understood, but I saw some
might as well go to a masseuse.
Yeah, but I see other ones where the guys were like, he can't walk, they find a way to help put correctly and all this other stuff, and I'm like, okay, that sounds good. If it's I'm not sure because I haven't been to one yet. I don't know if I want to go to one, but I have some older relatives that need to, I want them to try other things before they go under the knife, because that's a big deal.
Yeah, like I said, for me, in my experiences, and most of the doctors I've spoken to say, don't go to a chiropractor. Most of them are quacks. Whereas my physical therapist was a real doctor, like I said.
Yeah, okay. So that's where you stand?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, YouTube.
I know
obviously it's correct.
No, I know. I mean, I'm thinking it was, that's why I'm still maintaining my skepticism. I'm just thinking maybe
I mean, if you have a little bit of skepticism, there's probably a reason why.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's maybe there's a perception that may not that is being a generalization that's not necessarily true of all people doing this chiropractic.
What about acupuncture?
What about it?
Would you send someone to an acupuncture person?
If it helps, yeah, why not?
Because to me, I bundle them all up in the same category.
Well, I mean, that's something that's been going on in Asia for like, I don't know, centuries. And
okay, it might work for some people,
but you don't believe in it.
No.
Have you tried it?
No.
Would you try it?
Probably not.
Okay, I'm just asking. But you believe in acupressure?
Not really either. And I've studied acupressure. I got a book. I don't know if I've told you this. I've read stuff on this. The feet and all the little pressure points on the feet. And I know a lot of people do this stuff.
Right. So you put it under the pseudo medicine kind of quackery. That's where you put it under.
I mean, I don't want to completely call them quacks.
Okay.
But I don't consider it medical either.
Do you subscribe to the idea that there is medicine out there that's like
holistic and
no, well, yeah, herbal or whatever that hasn't been really fully explored by modern science, modern medicine. That maybe there's some stuff there that we might be able to use.
That's such a general thing, though.
Well, I mean, but
when you say like aloe vera,
like there might be like there's so many different things in the rainforest that we may not understand. There's certain compounds that we might be able to use to help with diseases or symptoms that that we just haven't discovered.
Yeah, that's
yet.
One thing.
You're okay with that?
Oils rubbed on your body that you buy from Walmart.
Well, yeah.
No.
I get that. Like the prepackaged, you need to get some echinacea. Well, do you believe in echinacea and all that other stuff? Vitamin C. Vitamin C is different. That was different. I'm sorry, I mixed those two together. Like echinacea, St. John's wort, all that stuff. Are you one of those guys?
Not really. I mean, I've had echinacea. I'll buy a drink with echinacea in it. I'm not gonna buy a bottle of echinacea and think it's helping me.
Okay.
I mean, I take fish oil.
Yeah, you did the fish oil thing.
See, that's not, to me, that's
because before it was really talked about by medical science, it was more like, hey, get some fish oil, it's good for you, right?
It's to me.
But then now they're like, oh, you need these special omega whatever and these special oils that'll help you out. Now it's like accepted, so that's what I'm saying.
See, I lump that into the vitamin category. That's like vitamins.
We actually know people that worked at vitamin places, right? Too, didn't you?
Yeah.
So
and not not everything in a vitamin place is real either. They just say that. I mean, I know they're not, but there's a lot of good stuff too. I'm not an expert in any of this stuff.
I'm just curious what your opinion is. I mean, I've been asking other people.
I'm also very skeptical on a lot of stuff also. So I am very skeptical, whereas you seem to be more of a optimist with a lot of this stuff.
But I try to maintain some skepticism. I'm not like totally gonna, get hooked by it. I want to understand. I mean, there's I always believe in possibilities. That's where I guess you're less open to some possibilities than I am.
Yes. I'm more into science.
I believe in science too, but I think science is a growing thing. It's not static. There's more things to learn. There's always more things to learn.
I mean, do I believe Mr. Miyagi can clap his hands, rub them really fast, and then cure Daniel-san from his broken leg?
You can't?
No.
No.
I don't believe that. I know a lot of people do. There's probably a whole continent of people who do. But
you mean Asia? Asia or
I don't.
No.
See, and to me, that falls under chiropractic work. Is Mr. Miyagi. I idolize.
I wouldn't call Mr. Miyagi a chiropractor.
That's basically what he does.
Except he did that one time with a tournament. Daniel-san got hurt, and
yeah, but basically what he did to the leg is what a chiropractor does to a back.
Yeah, and if it helps, you think it's placebo?
No, I don't think it's placebo, but I don't think it's
the placebo effect. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think it's I don't think it's fake. I don't think it's people in people's heads.
But I'm not sure where you. So if you say
I consider it like
if it's effective, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, and I do think chiropractors
are effective.
No, I do think they know stuff though. I mean, like I can read a book and become a chiropractic person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're called.
Chiropractor? What?
Chiropractor.
Yeah.
And then I could open up an office and call myself a chiropractor by reading, hey, look, if someone's sore in the back and you crack this part of the vertebrae, yeah, sure, it might cure them. You could also break someone's back, but go ahead, do it. Go for it. It could work.
So our friend that used to do this stuff, he's medical, but not that kind of medical.
Yeah.
He's pretty much in the same thinking as you that it's not really.
Yeah.
Okay. Just curious. I mean, I talked to my boss about it, and he was like, "Man, I went to this one guy. I couldn't even walk, and I walked in, and I was touching my toes, and I hadn't touched my toes in years, and that kind of thing." And he gave me this is first-hand anecdotal, stuff about this, and I'm like, okay, that's good. I mean, I ask other people, and they're, I'm getting varying responses. That's why I'm asking people for, beyond just looking it up on the internet. I want to see, people that I know who I trust, what their opinions are.
I trust a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
and another thing, insurance doesn't cover chiropractic work, right?
Right.
So why don't you just go to a physical therapist? It's the same thing.
Is it the same thing?
Yes.
That's what I don't know that. That's what I'm asking. Is it the same thing? I'm asking, like, is it the same thing as in skepticism? I don't know that. Is it exactly the same thing?
It's supposed to be better.
Is it supposed to be better?
You're going to, like I said, I went to a doctor who I would trust doing this stuff. And they didn't do no cracking on my back. They did no twisting of my neck.
Right.
She didn't do none of that. In fact, she thought a lot of that was just.
And you felt immediately better.
Yes. Okay. I did get electrical shocks. I did take medicine. So yeah, that worked on me.
Okay.
She did stretches on me. Yeah, we did water stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
But there was no magic lifting of my back and twisting neck to heal me all of a sudden. No, none of that.
Okay. It sounded more like you're considering it quackery the more you say the tone makes it more.
I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't work. If I got a crick in my neck, maybe there is something that you just gotta, twist it out kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's one of those things.
All right. Okay.
But
no,
like I said, I'm very skeptical on a lot of this stuff. It could work on people, but I'd rather not risk myself with any of that stuff. I mean, for all I know, fortune teller could be telling the truth, but I'm not going to waste my money on maybe it would work.
Okay, the person I'm talking about, they're saying maybe that she might need to go into surgery, and there's a possibility of paralysis from that. So I'm like,
there's possibility of paralysis if someone tried to crack your back and does it wrong,
right?
And you don't, Yeah, to me, I'd go with the surgery over.
You would?
Yeah.
You wouldn't try to chiropractic before the surgery? I just, because you might as well just,
probably not. No.
Okay. My thinking was try it before, before you get cut under a knife, and maybe there's something that could be done. And the one I was looking at, the guys are like, they're supposed to be, from what I understood. Now, it's just a video, so again, I'm skeptical. But they're like, they only do minimal. They don't do like everything gets to be cracked. They try to figure out exactly what's wrong, do what needs to be done, and then let the body heal. That's what I was watching. Now, if that's correct, that's awesome. If it's fakery, misrepresentation, then that sucks. But I still think it's not something you could be dismissed, or it's something to look into. That's just my feeling on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying, and it's just the different parts on the spectrum. I'm more towards okay, maybe it's possible. I want to know more, but you're like, no.
I'm against spinal manipulation, basically.
Any kind of spinal manipulation.
Yeah, done by people who are just trying to pick you up, kind of thing.
Yeah,
I'm against that.
Okay.
Whereas I don't. Yeah, like I said, physical therapist doesn't do any of that, and they're not supposed to. I don't think. So.
Okay.
But like I said, I am, like I said, I don't believe in a lot of stuff. And I do think you do.
We've had a discussion. I believe there's somebody out there
in
the universe.
You're more inclined to believe in
there's possibly some intelligence out there. I don't know how far away, but I believe it's a strong possibility.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem with that.
I don't believe that people are constantly getting picked up by aliens and probed and all this other stuff. I think that's a bunch of mass, whatever. I don't want to say hysteria, but just people thinking, I don't know. But I believe that there's a possibility that there's intelligent life out there, considering the vastness of the universe and the possibility of other life-sustaining places. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if they'll ever reach us. It could be like so far away that we'll never know they're there.
Yeah.
So
light years.
Yeah, light years.
Yeah, and I think I'm in the minority when I say I don't think so. I mean, intelligent. I mean, I do think there's stuff in other planets growing.
I'm sure there's. I'm almost 100% positive there's like simple microscopic organisms, because that's part of the stuff. The reason why the organisms on our planet developed, because of stuff that came over.
Yeah, but intelligent life form, I'm not sure about. I mean, I know. I mean, I'm a big Neil deGrasse Tyson, and me and him differ on this. I'm a big Neil deGrasse Tyson fan. I saw him a couple months ago.
He believes it's pretty.
Yeah, he thinks it's naive of us to think that we're the only intelligent life form in this vast galaxy or
hey, I was
space of ours.
I didn't know I was on the same side.
He's also atheist, so I don't think you're on the same side. But
darn it, it was good for like a second. Thanks.
I know. I see you getting happy with it.
I was happy for a second. I was like, yeah.
But he does. His ideal is we're naive to think that we're just a grain of sand in the universe,
the gigantic beach of a universe.
Yes, and the billions and billions of stars. That we're just a tiny grain of sand to think that, on a gigantic beach, we'd be the only one with intelligent life form.
Okay.
The odds are against it that we are the only one, according to him, according to his, but what does he know?
A lot, but
please, he downgraded Pluto. He's the one that said Pluto's not a planet.
Okay, no, I don't like it anymore. The atheist thing I could kind of forgive, but the Pluto thing is it's more of a deal breaker for me. Okay. Forever, and then also no, it's not a planet. God damn it.
I went to see him live 2 months ago. I saw him in person. I mean, he was recording his podcast live, his Star Talk show. So I was there. It was pretty awesome. It was hilarious, very entertaining. And I'm a big fan of his. But I don't believe in everything. So
yeah, you don't have, just because you like somebody doesn't mean you have to believe everything they believe. I mean, that's part of the reason we have problems in politics. Just because you think somebody's smart doesn't mean you have to subscribe to their entire ideology. Yeah, that kind of thing. I'm not going to get into it more than that.
Same with Bill Nye. I'm a big Bill Nye fan. Not a fan of his Netflix show though. I didn't like it.
I didn't watch it.
So, but I'm very behind Bill Nye when he's campaigning for saving the world.
Who's against saving the world?
Well, a lot of people who don't believe in ozone layer and global warming and sea level rising and all that.
Yeah.
Trying to help all that. And, there are people out there who aren't.
I was listening to, my parents had it on the TV, but I was listening to it. There was a report given, they were talking to one of the guys that was dealing with the wildfires in California. And the guy was like, what have the conditions been like? Have they been more favorable toward this? You mean has the world? The reporter was intentionally baiting the guy to say that the world's getting warmer, that there's climate change, and the guy didn't want to get into it. He didn't want to be political, so he's just like, yeah. So far, the conditions have been favorable for this fires, but you can tell this guy is trying to get people. He's trying to get some scientific guy to say, yeah, the climate's changing, and people that are really in science don't want to be politicians. They don't want to get into the debate or be like sucked into it or become like something you quote, like, California forestry guy says global warming is to blame for wildfires, something like that. It's just weird how much politics there is in science,
Yeah. Although Al Gore's new movie is coming out like soon.
I never saw the first one. Was it worth watching? The Inconvenient
Truth?
I
loved it.
You loved it?
I mean, I saw it in a theater, and I mean, it's a lot of stuff I already knew. I mean, I was very. I don't want to say I'm all into this, because I'm not. But a lot of the stuff he talked about was already known to me and to a lot of people who do.
Well, just that he condensed it together into one thing. And that what made it good.
Yeah, and then you see, he's very good at showing examples of stuff. But then, you can always say, hey, these aren't really facts, and you need more facts to back up these facts, kind of things.
Right.
So, but to me, it's laid out pretty easy for the common man. It's a global warming for dummies movie.
The first one.
Yeah.
When's the second one supposed to come out?
I think like any day now.
Is it a Netflix thing or what is it?
No, I think it's going into movies. Here it is, January 23rd. No, maybe not. I'm trying to find it really quick. I keep seeing the trailer in front of movies I'm watching. So, but it's coming up soon. I mean, I can look it up. Inconvenient sequel.
Al Gore.
Is that what it's called?
I just put Al Gore movie into Google and I'm just reading it now. Truth to Power.
Yeah. So when does that come out? It's supposed to be. It says 2017, but then
we're running out of time on 2017.
I mean, I think it's been playing like
small.
Yeah, like if there's like a global warming or a scientific convention somewhere, they might show it.
Oh, so it's been making the rounds before it's been like widely distributed. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, it might have already come out in theaters, and I just completely missed it.
Al Gore's Inconvenient Sequel bombs at the box office, ranks in 15th place. When did it open?
Go.
It's being released in July 28th.
See, I think that's
the
like,
small thing.
Yeah, I think that's like only in like certain places, but I don't think it ever came to Virginia Beach.
So maybe it's not coming out to the rest of the world.
It doesn't matter. I still want to see it.
Okay.
Because it bombs doesn't mean.
Maybe we'll get a cult following on the internet and streaming or whatever.
Yeah, doesn't Leonardo DiCaprio have a documentary coming out, or was it this Inconvenient Sequel? I'm gonna look that up real quick.
He was part of the Al Gore movie, maybe? Is that what you're saying?
Because I know he has like a scientific. Yeah.
DiCaprio documentary on global warming. Watch Nat Geo climate change.
Yeah, maybe that's something different.
The Nat Geo thing. Or the flood.
Yeah, I don't think it's that one. I think it's something else that I'm thinking of. I could be wrong.
This is from 2016.
Yeah, I don't think it's that one. I'm thinking of something else.
Oh, okay.
About weather, all that. I think it might be more about space. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm no expert in any of this stuff. Not even close. But I do pay attention to sea level rise. We actually have a sea level rise thing in our area.
Hampton Roads, Norfolk.
Yeah, we have a sea level contingency.
I know people are talking about like, a lot of the areas of Norfolk are going to be below sea level, and they might, that means, of course, people can't live there, or existing structures are going to be endangered and all that other stuff.
Yep.
So I don't know what the time frame is that we're talking about.
Like within 100 years.
That's still, that's bad.
It's relatively close.
Yeah.
I mean, we might not be alive, but
who knows?
But yeah, there's a company or group around here that dealing with that. In fact, John Kerry, you know who John Kerry is? He's a politician dude.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him.
He came here because of that.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I actually saw him in person. Didn't talk to him. I had nothing to say to him anyways. I don't know what I would have been able to say to him.
Mr. Kerry, big fan. Like what you did in the whole, what was he, Secretary of State?
Yeah.
What was he? He was a candidate, right? And what was he?
I don't know. He was an ambassador to some countries, and
yeah.
He's the one that went to was it France or something to do the whole climate accord thing.
Oh, well, I couldn't recall that part of it.
It was like 2 years ago.
Oh.
When all the countries got together to say, "Yep, we're going to save the Earth."
And then now we're not.
And then we're
not part of that anymore. We don't believe it.
Yeah,
we are the country.
But yeah, getting back to this stuff. Let's bring it back.
Bring it back. Okay,
we're getting too big.
We are.
General. A lot of Filipinos, a lot of people in the Philippines do believe in your. I don't want to just say chiropractic work.
No, you're talking about folk religion, folk healing.
They believe in a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we've grown up. I'm sure you have. I have grown up with all these
healers and
yeah.
folk remedies.
Not even. No? Yeah. Home remedies.
Superstitious remedies.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
And I think maybe part of that is what makes me skeptical.
And backlash to what you grew up with. Oh, I can see that. I mean, my parents and my family, we've had people that had conditions, and because we were kind of desperate, my parents tried the folk healing method, and I could tell a lot. I mean, that one is like definite quackery with some of the people that we've dealt with. And some of it was actually, it felt like it was. I'm not putting down my own culture, but it's like native superstition mixed in with hyper religiousness, where they kind of put they put like a Catholic spin on folk healing, and it was. I won't say it was disturbing. It was. I don't want to say it was. It was strange because I mean, like, I grew up in this country. I'm not, I lean more towards, traditional medicine and Western medicine, I guess. But yeah, being in some of those, and they're not ceremonies, but like consultations, because they had a whole group of people, and they would go before these one or two healing people, and those guys would give advice.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I mean, some of it I think might have actually been good advice, but it might have come from observation of not knowing why things work, but knowing this does work for you. That's the kind of impression I got. You just thought it was all just dismissed at all.
Not all, but I mean, the big joke is Vicks heals everything kind of thing.
Isn't that like cross-cultural? Like,
that is
more of a class thing. Like African Americans use that joke, Asians use that joke.
Yeah.
I mean, I used a lot of Vicks growing up. I know that. I actually have some in my house. I don't know why, but I just felt like I had when I moved out on my own. It's like I need to have some Vicks on hand just in case. I've had it 15 years. I don't think I've used it more than once.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had an instance where something serious happened and we'd have any Filipino cure kind of thing. Although there have been a lot of there have been a lot of attempts at religious cures at stuff also, like, let's exorcise the demon out of this person because they're a bad person.
Yeah,
I've witnessed that.
I went to a lot of I don't want to, okay, they were like Southern revival healing type things, the ones like you said where they slap the spirit into your forehead and all that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I mean, like, I can't think of everything that happened, but like I can remember clearly going to a class where they try to teach kids how to speak in tongues, and I'm like, and I was old enough to know that that's not how you speak. You don't need to be taught how to speak in tongues. If you speak in tongues, it happens. It's not like a something. And I also saw people in a big oval where someone was going around, they be healed, they slapped their guy's forehead.
Yeah.
And they're on the ground acting like they've been healed, and also they're just chatting, talking on the ground. Like, yeah, this is good, this is a good one. It's fun. It was more for show than for actual belief. I mean, a lot of the times I saw the ones I went to, I can't say for everything because I don't want to make a sweeping generalization, but that opened my eyes to like most of the stuff is
hoke.
What are you gonna say?
Hoku. What's the word?
Hooey?
It's hokey.
Hokey, yeah.
But I mean, it's hard, like Chinese. I've been to Chinatown in San Francisco and New York, and I've seen the stores where they have all these
herbal
Chinese
things and
healing stuff.
You don't subscribe to that either.
Well, I know very little about that stuff.
But that's kind of in the same vein of the acupuncture.
Yes. And then you can also go with like Native Americans. They have a lot of healers and stuff and
see, I mean the Chinese healing. I know some of the stuff that's really I can subscribe to is like they had a big connection of what your diet is to your medical situation. Like certain things that makes sense. Like you eat certain things, it'll have an effect on how your health is, and I think people agree to that. It actually makes the correlations are and what specific substances are. There's I guess some room for debate or disagreement, but I think in general it makes sense. So, but I mean, when you talk about
how about like Indians and making it rain dances, do you believe in that? Because that to me, that's sort of in the same vein.
You think? Well, I mean, when you're talking about you eat something, you feel better. That to me is like a cause and
yeah.
But then I guess if you dance and it rains, then it's a cause and effect too, can you? And I have people that are. I know someone that's Filipino and and then partially Native American.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, and I don't want to. I never really asked her about it, how it works and all that stuff. I mean, I think I want to say, to my impression was it was more about honoring tradition than not necessarily believing that if you dance around, the sky's going to open up and
Which I think a lot of Native Americans don't believe in that, but there is a lot of stuff along those lines that they believe in. It reminds me of a joke I read not too long ago.
Okay.
It was about it's a tribe in today's time, 2017. There's a tribe living somewhere in America. Let's say I don't know. There's a tribe living on the reservation. And the guy leading the tribe, the chief, he's very modern. He doesn't know. He never learned the ways of the ancestors.
Okay.
And so his tribesmen come up to him and says, "How is the summer, or how is the season's weather going to be? Is it going to rain a lot? Are we going to expect storms or everything? You know, or will it be nice weather?"
Right.
So all of a sudden he just says, let's prepare for the worst, right? Just not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
So all the Indians start gathering crops and doing all the stuff to prepare for a bad storm. So the chief goes and calls the news station, and then asks the weatherman, "Hey, weatherman, what do you think the weather's going to be like for this season?" He's like, "Oh man, I think it's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad." Okay. So the chief says, he goes back to his people, "Yo, we got to ramp it up. It's going to be bad, really bad." Right. So they double up their efforts on the harvest, gathering up the harvest and everything. And he calls the weatherman up and goes, "Are you sure?" And the weatherman's like, "Yeah, it's really going to be bad." So the the chief goes back to his people and says, "Yo, we got to, stage 5, red alert. We got to prepare." And he calls the weatherman. He's like, "Yo, is it really going to be bad?" It's like, "Yeah." It's, he's like, "How do you know?" Because all the Indians are preparing really hard. That's
yeah. I thought it was
my cheesy joke right there.
Yeah.
I usually prepare and practice these things. But I got to work on my delivery.
Yeah, a little bit.
But you get it.
I got it.
You get it. So
I don't know what the point. What are you trying to say? The point of that story was
that both the weatherman and the Indians don't know what they're doing.
Okay. I was trying to think of like a bigger life lesson that we can put, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it means don't believe in any of this crap.
Yeah.
It's a big circle jerk. So, I mean, the meteorologists, because a lot of them, read the Farmers Almanac kind of thing, which I do think is based on some kind of science, but I don't believe in the Farmers Almanac.
I'm not sure. I thought that was based on just observation of the cycles. Of weather cycles,
patterns.
Yeah.
History.
Yeah, that kind of deal. Which, I don't discount the power of observation. I just don't know how much weight I would put towards my decision making based on that.
Yeah, which I don't think anyone should.
Yeah, I mean, you could listen to what you could get an idea what the Farmers Almanac says, but I don't know if I would live my life based on it. I definitely would not,
Which is the same kind of perspective I have with chiropractics. It could be right, but I'm not going to base my health on that.
Nice to bring it full circle there. That's good. Okay.
It could work.
I get what you're saying.
It's based on a lot of stuff. But yeah, I'm not going to trust my health on that.
Okay.
But like I said, it works for people. It works for some people. I'm not risking it. If you want to try it, if you see no danger, like I said, not everyone's cracking backs and twisting necks.
Right.
And I'm not
that's what appealed to me by the videos I saw. The guy was like, "Okay, we're not going to mess up stuff that's already there. We're just going to address the specific problem," which I think that's good.
And I'm not saying all of them are quacks, and I'm not saying I think there's a lot of legitimate. I'm saying maybe a majority of them are legitimate people.
Oh, really?
Healthy people, healthy helpers. I don't want to call them doctors or medical people, but they're
concerned with making people better.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get that. I was actually thinking more like 50-50, but okay.
I think more than half.
You think more than half?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do, To me, it's like stocks. There's a lot of brokers out there that know what they're doing. And there's a lot of people out there who don't know what they're doing, but think they know what they're doing. And there's a good chance you might get one or the other.
Yeah, that's something 50-50.
So
I mean, if I take my relative to whatever, I'm going to research this as much as possible, get some kind of, see if there's any kind of feedback anywhere. I mean, that's one of the good things of the internet, but then you also got to wonder about people putting fake reviews up there. So again, it's to keep that healthy skepticism. You have to. There's just no way you can buy into what people are saying just based on whatever you see on the internet.
So I've been trying to eat healthy lately.
Yeah.
I mean, the doctor told me, yo, eat healthy. And I'm not.
That's all it took. Yo, eat healthy. I'm like, oh yeah, I better change my ways.
Yeah.
Better start eating some of that green stuff instead of just meat all the time.
Yeah,
I don't know why. That's not even an impression of you. I don't even know why I'm putting that voice on.
I go to a Filipino doctor too. So
I don't even know where that came from. Go ahead. Go with your story. Sorry.
Yeah, and basically he just told me, yo, lay off the red meats and lay off. Yeah, so I'm trying.
Have you been following what they've been telling you to do?
I've been trying. Yeah. I haven't had
red meat.
Yeah, I haven't had red meat in 3 weeks.
You guys don't know how big that is. That he just said that. It's huge.
I mean, it's hard.
You know, I haven't.
And we're in the holiday season.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. I haven't had any red meat in this holiday season.
I'll tell you this about Boogie. I don't see him get like rattled by very much, but when he heard there was a tick that would make it impossible for you to eat red meat, that rattled him. So that's, I mean, the fact that red meat's such a big part of your.
I bought tick spray.
I know you carried it.
I canceled any trips to anything with ticks.
I was just like, oh my gosh, like no, I won't be able to eat meat. No, just rock with his world. It would just
because I was scared of this thing, but I didn't know it was in our area until I met some dude with it.
Someone you work with.
Yeah, I met a dude who can't eat meat because he got bit by a tick. But lately, like I said, I haven't had red meat in 3 weeks. I've had chicken, a lot of chicken.
Yeah.
I've had a little pork, which I probably shouldn't have, but
it's white meat, isn't it? Isn't it the other white meat?
Yeah. I've been good.
It's not white meat, by the way, just so people understand that.
I've had like 3 meals with it out of 2 weeks.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not. And so, I mean, I have been trying, drinking mostly just water. I've had a few other things. Sometimes
it sounds very healthy.
Oh, I mean,
do you feel better?
I don't feel better.
A long pause. Okay.
I don't feel better. My blood pressure is down. You know,
everything.
The doctor says I'm better. I don't feel better. I'm miserable. I'm cranky. Well, I hate this. I'm a bad person now. I'm a mean person now.
Imagine if you went vegan. Or you'd be probably some sort of
serial killer. I'm so angry at the world. It's not fun. It's more expensive. I can tell you.
I know that's actually one of the problems with people. Like it's easy. It's much cheaper to eat bad than eat good.
I was at Whole Foods today.
Oh God!
I spent over an hour at Whole Foods.
God.
Just complaining. I love Whole Foods. Generally, I like Whole Foods, but when I'm trying to find
you're
food,
more about the beer section in Whole Foods.
Yeah, there's stuff I love at Whole Foods. I mean, they got a mochi bar. I love that. But no, today I did other things at Whole Foods. I'm reading ingredients. It's like, oh man, this thing has 100 milligrams of sodium. Got to put it back. Stuff like that. Hate that.
Okay. A lot of people have been doing that for like years and years.
Yeah, but I can see why people who do it aren't nice people. How they're, uppity.
Cranky. Mr. Cranky Pants.
Yeah.
Not able to eat the fun food. They have to eat the healthy foods all the time.
Man, it just sucks. I mean, I've been eating a lot of fruits and vegetables.
It just sounds so bad the way you say it. Fruits and vegetables are good. Okay, or not.
So are crackers. I mean, so I love my potato chips. My big vice in this world is spicy potato chips. And you know this.
Yes.
Spicy potato chips are my thing.
Mm-hmm.
That is like, I love spicy potato chips.
Yep.
And I can't eat them right now because I'm being good.
Because you don't want to die. You want to be healthy.
I'm not even close to death.
I know.
Like, the doctor's just telling me, yo, you know, ease up on this stuff. You know, and they're doing blood work on me. And so while I'm doing this blood work, I'm cheating the system and eating good.
So wait a minute, you're like cramming for the test?
Yes, I'm okay. So I'm cramming overnight.
Which was
so my blood work can impress the doctor.
Which is kind of a bad idea even in college, but we did it a lot in college. But
it worked.
It worked. We got our diplomas.
It's one of those things like you cram now, but you do the work later.
But I think what they're looking for is more of a lifestyle change, not a cram session. Be clear, I think your doctor would like you to at least cut back at least. You know, I guess you're just.
It's like I'm taking this like Lent.
Oh my Lord!
You know, Lent you have, you know, over 2 months.
40 days.
Yeah, it's basically 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 40 days, but it's really more than 40 days.
Yeah.
I look at it as 2 months of giving up something.
Uh-huh.
You know, and you've given up red meat before for 2 months, and you know how hard it is.
Yeah.
So basically, I've been trying to give up for a month bad food.
But you're not gonna like swing back to like going totally bad after.
No, like I said, during Lent,
there was a Lent where I gave up cussing, and I didn't cuss the whole month, and I don't cuss much to begin with.
Yeah.
So but afterwards, I just cussed like my head off because it was kind of a feeling of freedom.
That's where you go wrong with Lent.
Yeah.
Lent is not about cramming for Easter.
I'm cramming for my health.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Lent is you do it for these 2 months, and then hopefully
it causes a change.
Yes.
In your
and that's why I always complain why all these people pig out on Easter. You know, they're always like, oh, we haven't had coffee, you know, through Lent, and then on Easter morning, you know, they're getting the venti size at Starbucks. Right. You know?
Yeah.
Or, you know, you don't eat something and then you go to a buffet on Easter because it's Easter and we're celebrating and I haven't had this in 40 days. And, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, people do that. And people are proud of that, too.
Well,
and I'm like, you know,
I can see it. It depends on what they give up. It really depends on what you're doing, what you gave up, you know, and what you're trying to accomplish by giving that thing up. You can at least enjoy it a little bit. Like say people give up desserts. And then they get a dessert on Easter.
Yeah, but you don't eat a whole cake.
No, that's
but people do that.
That's off the rails. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not doing that also right now.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I'm not going to get my blood work results and then the next day
we're going to go to Carolina and Sons and get like a
I'm not going to a barbecue place and
get a rack of ribs and just go crazy on the brisket.
But man, that does sound good.
I know I should have said that. I just feel I hurt myself saying that too.
I eat eggs every day. I did eat eggs every day.
I was gonna say I thought you should stop that.
I did stop it. It sucks. It sucks. I love eggs. Eggs are my lifeline.
Have you gotten more into seafood now? I guess not.
Well, I've been getting more into fish.
Right.
I mean, I love seafood in general. I love shellfish. Shellfish, I'm sort of supposed to stay away from. Right now. They're high in cholesterol and all that. But yeah, crab, lobster, shrimp. If I could live off of crab and shrimp. Mm-hmm. I love crab.
Dang, you made me think of the lobster roll too. God,
I love shrimp. But yeah, I'm eating salmon.
For salmon, for a lot of people, salmon is like, wow, salmon.
I know.
You're like, I'm eating salmon with my caviar. That's what it sounds like to some people when you say it like that.
Yeah, but it to me it's not as good.
It's not as good.
It's not as good as a good steak.
Yeah.
I'm eating a lot of almonds. I told you this. I bought cereal. I bought healthy cereal. I didn't even know where to buy healthy cereal.
It's in the same aisle. You just don't look for it. You're like, you want to go past this to whatever you get.
It was like, there's healthy cereal? You mean sugar smacks? I don't even think they make sugar smacks anymore. Corn Pops is my thing, though. I love me some Corn Pops. Mm-hmm. Corn Pops is my favorite. But now I'm getting cashy.
Oh, you and cashy.
I'm getting cashy. I'm getting.
That's not cheap, is it? That's a little more expensive, I think.
Again.
Yeah, that's one of those. Yeah, I don't even do cashy.
Yes,
I tried it, but it was like, man, that's expensive. I try to find the cheapest healthy cereal I can find.
I'm getting cashy health cereal and Ann's organic or something.
What if you get like some cheap healthy cereal and add like blueberries to it or something that you like?
Yeah, but that's, to me, that's, if you're gonna go with healthy
almond milk and make it all totally healthy. And
I am eating a lot of almonds. I think I got almonds in my pocket right now in case I'm hungry. Not lying.
That is so weird. That's like such a strange thing to hear coming from you.
Every day before work, I would buy like a small bag. I mean, not even buy them, but I'd buy chips, for my lunch and eat it throughout the day. Now I don't do that.
You eat almonds all day.
I'll eat a banana or an apple.
That with such contempt.
Because it's not
a banana or an apple. Jeez.
It's not cool.
Chips are cooler than the banana or an apple. I mean,
man, some chips are so good.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of salt, a lot of flavoring, a lot of oil, cholesterol, whatever you're not supposed to have. I actually like fruits. I don't know. You do the yogurt thing now, and
yeah.
Okay.
I have some Chobani.
Yep. Wow. It's amazing. If you guys
get my probiotics.
Oh my Lord. Well, yeah, I've heard you talk about probiotics before because of a trendy yogurt place in the area, but yeah,
that's Hoku also.
I know. Is that the right word? It's like hokum, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. This is all new to me.
Well, okay. But you are getting better, not necessarily feeling better, but your numbers are better, I guess, how to put it.
Yeah. My belt went down like two notches.
Whoa.
I can tell you that.
That's impressive.
I mean, I lost 8 pounds in 2 weeks. I think that's more of hunger than anything. It's not the diet. It's the fact that I'm hungry.
I can't help laughing because you sound so miserable. I mean, it's a good change, but you just sound. You've been doing this for a while now. There's supposed to be like a point.
It's been like 2-3 weeks
where you turn a corner and you're like, oh, it's okay. I'm over it. I'm better. Maybe you haven't hit that point yet. I don't know. I don't see that coming at all. Okay.
I mean, I get that when I work out. When I'm running, I'm lifting weights.
Yeah.
I get that. I hate it. I was like, and then it was like, oh, I'm good. Get that runner's high or whatever.
Yeah, but not with
food.
Not with eating healthy.
No.
Okay.
I don't know how people do it. Don't know how people do it. I mean, you vegans out there, I give you props for trying. But
I don't actually subscribe to veganism anyway. The idea, I think you should have some protein, like some animal protein, don't you? Could you go vegan, you think? Well, I mean, now that you already like immersed yourself into the...
I can see me doing it, yes.
Okay.
I can see me also being really mad at the world. You see me now.
I know you have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. I can kind of see it. Just a little bit of an edge to you that you didn't have before. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I want to see vegan l-boogy. Kind of a scary prospect.
I did buy some vegan meatballs the other day, just because I'm missing meatballs. I love meatballs.
How were they?
I haven't gotten up the courage to eat them.
Like a Boko Burger is vegan, right?
Yeah, in fact, like I said, I went to Whole Foods today. There's a whole section. I mean, you go to our local supermarkets, they might have like one freezer of fake meat.
Yeah.
Of vegan meat
substitute, whatever.
Yeah. Whole Foods, there's a whole aisle of this stuff. And I'm looking at this stuff like, it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, man, here's some non-meat General Chicken. Is it going to be good? It looks good.
Sounds bad.
I know. It's just going to be tofu.
But yeah, General Chicken is bad for you. I mean, you look at it, you know it's bad for you. You're just enjoying it. I mean,
I love General Chicken.
I mean, but you look at there's certain foods you just getting because you want to enjoy it. You know it's not healthy. You know. But, I don't know. I don't know about fake General. If it's good, let me know. I'll start trying that too. If it's good, and I'm gonna take your word for it because you are the carnivore, and you would if it wins you over, I think it'll be fine for me.
Yeah, I mean, I remember one time I was at Costco, and one of the free samples was like Veggie Burger, and I knew that getting the sample,
right?
So I ate it. I grabbed it, I ate it, and I said, okay, it's not bad. And then there's another guy behind me, a tall black guy, look like a football player. He grabbed it and ate it. He was like, oh, this is nasty. Then he asked me, do you like this? I said, I knew what it was before I ate it. If I didn't know what it was, I would think it's nasty. But knowing it's not going to be meat, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
This guy, he spit it out right away. And he just went on and on to me. I didn't know this guy.
He had to vent to somebody, apparently.
Yeah, he was like, this is terrible. Wow. How can you eat this? And I was like, I feel you, brother. I feel you. Because if I would have been in the same spot if I didn't mentally prepare for what was going in my mouth.
But he kept on going?
Yeah, he was cool, though.
Okay.
All right, I'm done with this.
Sure.
Let's do a Tagalog word of the day.
Okay, this is the part of a podcast where we educate our listeners on the Filipino language. Neither Boogie or I are actual native speakers of Filipino or Tagalog, so if we get some aspect of the word incorrect, like its pronunciation, general usage, or some nuance of its meaning, feel free to let us know because we value your feedback. But we've always said, and we'll continue to say, and we just said earlier, that we're not experts at anything, and we don't pretend to be an informational podcast. What we do is mainly for fun. And if you want to share a little bit of the culture by saying some of the words that we're teaching you here to your friends, hey, I know a little bit of Tagalog or Filipino. That's cool. But again, if we get it wrong, you can let us know. But keep in mind what we're doing here is just for fun. So, Boogie, have you picked a word?
Let's see. Let's go with I don't know. Maintindihan.
Maintindihan.
Maintindihan. Hindi ko maintindihan.
That's a three. Okay.
Hindi. I mean, I can say hindi ko alam, but
that's different.
Yeah, hindi ko maintindihan.
That was different meaning anyway. Hindi ko alam means I don't know.
Yeah. Hindi ko maintindihan
means I don't understand.
Yeah. Hindi ko
maintindihan.
Maintindihan. Ikaw.
Okay. Hilarious. Maintindihan.
Hindi mo maintindihan ang sinabi ko.
Maintindihan. I don't. The word means understand. So hindi means no. So I don't understand.
Yeah, maintindihan.
So let's make maintindihan our
word of the day. Maintindihan. That's a long one today.
I know. It's like, damn, you picked a multiple syllable.
A good one though.
Yeah, it is a good one. I have to say.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
Make sure you visit our website, www.sini-gang.com.
Or email us at thesinigang@gmail.com.
Follow us on Twitter at The Sini-Gang.
Find us on Facebook on facebook.com/thesinigang. And look for our videos on YouTube. Do a search for our URL, www.sini-gang.com, and that should take you to our videos. And if you happen to go to see one of those videos, please leave a comment because that's awesome. So until next time, this is Sterno Supernova.
And this is l-boogy, the Elemental One, saying thanks for listening and see you now.
We good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody. Thanks for watching. Tune in for our next episode. Until then, take care and go with God.